Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be building a $7 movie rack. $7 movie rack. Yes! Welcome to the Late Nate Show. So for starters, we're going to run off to Home Depot and get some lumber. This is some pretty cheap stuff I found for $1.10. So that's a 8-foot section for $1.10. So we only needed, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just kidding. I think there's 6. Yeah. We'll say there's 6. Looks like there's 6. So you can have Home Depot chop them if you want. If you're nice enough, they'll chop them for you. But I'll just chop them myself with my professional chopping saw. Safety first. Now the next step is I'm going to paint it, and to keep the price down I'm going to use paint I have around the house, which means I have a ton of cloud paint. So I'm going to paint it like a grayish whitish color, so it's basically going to match my clouds. You can paint yours whatever color you want, or you can just put it up with that. You don't even have to paint it. But I like to paint. If you didn't watch my other video on how to paint clouds, instead of using a stir stick, just shake it inside the gallon. Save a tree. Just like this. Just stand it in an extremely awkward position and shake it. Now you have a perfectly mixed bucket of paint. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these 4 feet tall by 2 feet wide, and I'm going to have 2 sections, so it'll be a total of 4 feet wide and 4 feet tall. So what I'm going to do is measure between the shelf and the wall, and then try to get the same amount of spacing on both sides so it's somewhat centered. Now this wood is pretty cheap, so I should probably pre-drill my holes for the screws. So now I know this is vertically level because I wrote those, and now this is flat to that. So now I slide that up underneath. Now one thing to keep in mind is Blu-rays are not the same height as DVDs, and so whichever row has DVDs in it, it can't have Blu-rays too. You can only have one or the other in there. So I'm going to make the left side DVDs and the right side Blu-rays, and yeah, we'll go from there. So that's why I can't just put one long shelf that's 4 foot wide across both shelves. Also, the longer the board is, the more it's going to flex, and basically the pressure of the boards is what's holding the movies in place. You'll see it makes sense later on, but trust me, Blu-rays and DVDs can't be on the same shelf. And the way you do that is you grab a movie, set it in there, then put the board on top of it. I'll then pre-drill. So now I'm going to put the movie over here, hold it down, and the movie over here. So both movies are being held by the board right now. There you go. You want a close-up? So basically, the movies are going to sit in this gap right here, and they're going to rest with pressure between
these two boards right here, just like that. And then when it's all done, it'll look like your videos are floating. It should have a pretty cool effect. And you can see this is why we learned when you have cheap wood, you pre-drill it so it doesn't crack on you. Oh yeah, let's get back to work. Lion King. This is exciting. Because the wood's not a perfectly straight line, you'll have a few spots where the wood does a little bit of that. But we already looked inside Home Depot and tried to get the best wood we could find, and I'll show you this is how you do it. You just look right down the nose of the wood and try to find a straight line. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, even with the straightest of lines in the pile, you're still going to get some deformities. So some spots, it might not even hold DVDs. We'll see. It's an experiment for you and me. Now for the next one, I'm going to put another board right here like that. And some of you might be asking, why not just use the board on the left to support it? The problem is, if they were all the same size, like I was only doing DVDs, that'd be fine. But because Blu-rays and DVDs aren't the same size, eventually one of these supports are going to overlap, and then it won't work. That's why I couldn't use the same board for both sides. See, it starts off here, and then it staggers like that. And even if I were to stagger the movies like this, eventually, when you get to the top, eventually you're going to run into a point where these are going to overlap like this. That's why it has to have its own support. These dust covers, though, on these DVDs, or sorry, Blu-rays, some of the DVDs, they are going to be a little bit of an issue because they stick out past the DVD case. So that's going to be enough to make it a little bit harder to snug in there. But through time, wearing down your dust covers, it'll fit. That's one downside. If you're obsessed about not getting any type of damage, like that, on your movies. That's not from this case, that's just an old movie that got wrecked a little bit. You might not like this. Now as you can see that I have a little bit of excess up here, let me give you a better view. So you see this little extra right here and then this one right here. Obviously I can't get another movie on there because you need a board on the top and bottom in order for this to work. So what I'll do probably is make a shelf out of it, just get a metal L bracket, screw it on there, get like a 1x4 maybe or a 1x6. Set it right there, and then basically wedge it like that, where you have the L bracket holding it down on top, and then you have the pressure from the 1x2 underneath it, and then you can set little trinkets on it. Probably don't want to put too much weight on it because it'll probably break the board, but just light small little decorations. So eventually I'll have 2 extra shelves, but not today. Because I don't have any 1x6s just laying around the house, I'll have to go back to the store to get it. Anywho, let's put all the movies in and see what it looks like when it's all done. Yes, epic movie. Best Joker ever. There we go. That's a wrap. This is a $7 DVD and Blu-ray carrying case, and it floats and everything. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You want a close-up? Let me give you a close-up. So you have a few options here. You can have a display like that so people can see it. You can angle it like that so you can see what your options are. Or, like in this case with the DVDs, you can pack them in like sardines, from one edge to the other. Or you can do a combination of both. You can still have a display. And one thing cool about the display is, for one, it's hard to get around, but it hides that. So if that bugs you, just put a movie there, and now it's gone. Now you can't even see it. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you made one of these, then send me a picture. Let me see it. That would be cool to share. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whichever way you find easier to send. You can even send me a link to a video if you make one and you make a video of it. I'll like to watch that. That'd be cool. Anywho, let me know what you think about this. Is it cool? $7? See you later. Thanks for watching. Share a smile. They are contagious.